Time to give you guys some answers, huh? I'm very comfortable talking like this for obvious reasons. As far as answering any questions you guys had, I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. Most of them are hilarious, mind you, which thank you for that. So the word's been out that the Rue Morgue Tattoo Gallery is closing, and that is 100% true and happening. October 26th, this month, 2 weeks from today, we are going to be doing our final Halloween party. If you guys want to go say goodbye, pay respects, I have a coffin in the front. Come drop off anything you want to put in the coffin, and it's going to be a time capsule. So I'm going to seal the coffin on the 26th, and then I'm going to be burying it at the new location. By burying it, I'm going to be putting it in the catacomb basement down there because turns out you can't just bury a coffin legally. So there's like, I say that loosely, there's like loopholes, and it just became a big thing that I was bummed. I had a big plan and I can't do it. It's irrelevant. It's going to go in the basement as a time capsule. And then when I retire one day, hopefully I'll be able to read them all. And on that note, I'm not just trying to blow over it. It means so much to me, all your guys' support for the last 12 years. Thank you so much. The Rue Morgue, kind of giving you why I'm doing it. That's one of the questions on here is why. It's time. The Rue Morgue Tattoo Gallery has been built by the art of several people. And along the way, they come and go. There's been great memories. There's been terrible memories. There's been amazing artists. And then there's just been shitheads. And it's like along the way, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the brand, the Rue Morgue brand constantly being like touched. And I don't care how that sounds. That's the truth. That's the honest answer there. Like when I posted online that I closed the Rue Morgue, everyone immediately assumed that I was retiring, as if the Rue Morgue and me are the same thing. I am not the Rue. Like, and that separation, I think for me it needs to be violent. So I've killed it. I've just killed it. Take a multi-million-dollar company and throwing it in a coffin has been kind of fun because I don't need it. I don't need the Rue to do what I do. The crew I have now is one of the best crews I've ever had at the Rue, and they're all staying at the shop now. And Jamie Zimmerman is taking over the location, calling it Postmortem Tattoo Parlor, and going to be doing a white version of the Rue. So we're still going to be sister shops. I'm still going to be loosely connected into that. And when they do flash days, I hope to participate. But I am going basically into a private studio, which we'll get into right now. For years, you guys have all said like, oh man, where are all the oddities at? Like this place used to be so cool. Used to be crazy stuff all over the place. And it's like, yeah. And after the museum, it's like, oh, you got rid of all your stuff. And I've heard that now for the last couple of years. The truth is, because I'm a sneaky little devil, that I have been siphoning a lot of those things, building what I'm getting ready to do. So I've built like the craziest haunted house looking museum shop. It's completely home to me, and I am so stoked to get over there and start working in a couple weeks. So 100%, the Rue Morgue spirit is alive and well, but it's not going to be called the Rue Morgue. The name of the shop is called The Salt House. Now I know some of you are going, what the f*** is the Salt House, right? Well, I'll tell you. So if you guys remember the back of the shop, I had the museum in the back, and I didn't want to have a haunted museum. I wanted to have a museum of death, of knowledge, like an occult museum where we kind of like walk through. And Raven at the time was awesome enough to be the tour guide and really just took that thing to the next level. But as it started growing, we started accumulating these documentedly haunted objects. And then more and more of the tour became, hey, we go through the tour, then the last 20, 30 minutes, there's a spirit box on and you could try to communicate with the dead. And this would be happening as we've been tattooing up front if you never took advantage of that tour. And then that room just kind of grew and grew. And as we had cameras on everything and we're documenting things, we kept proving that these things have attachments, or dolls would rock in the chair, or shadow people would have heart. Like I said, I don't care if you believe in this stuff or not, but the Rue Morgue Tattoo Gallery at 198 West Jefferson, the soon to be Postmortem, has always had this like shadow dude that many, many, many people have seen over the last decade. The shop I'm getting ready to move into, the Salt House, has had my entire lifetime of a ghost story. So much so that I started filming a documentary on it about 2 years ago or so, and had to quit filming it because I became kind of obsessive about it and it wasn't healthy for me. And then tornado and blah, blah, blah. A lot of life happened and stuff. And it just kind of took a back burner. I made a couple other documentaries in between. And now I'm dealing with a lot of old footage, but I'm trying to have that documentary finished up. I'm going to finish filming this week to have it released by Halloween, hopefully. That documentary is called The Salt House. Because when I took the museum away, I believed in all those items from the salt room, and I relocated them into my old house that I secretly just kept. And I've been building a crazy museum. I don't even know, like a gothic Edgar Allan Poe home. And then we're going to be doing ghost hunts and stuff over there too. So look forward to that documentary coming out. If you're into that sort of thing, if you're not into it and you just like to be entertained, it's still just a really cool story. But all the evidence that I've captured at the Rue and the Salt House, I'm going to be putting the majority of it in that documentary so you guys can actually see what I mean when I say we've caught evidence. With that being said, Shelby Rhea, myself, Anna, and then currently my apprentice Mitch are the ones that are going over to the Salt House. It is going to be an appointment-only private studio. And just to clarify, the difference between an appointment-only studio and a private studio is when you're in an appointment-only studio, you need an appointment to come in, and then you're in a shop, normally surrounded by a bunch of people, and it's like the vibe thing, right? An appointment-only private studio is you come in, and it's a one-on-one intimate setting where you are alone getting tattooed. You don't have to worry about people. Now I have half the people I know are going to be excited about that, and half the people are not going to be excited about that. The way the shop is set up and the museum that we have set up, there's a bunch of house rules that we're going to be calling them. I know everyone loves rules. And those are going to be revealed really soon. But one of them is that there's no guests to this place and you have to have an appointment to come. So this new location, I hate to bum you guys out. Maybe one day down the road, it will change if we have certain open days or whatever like that. But you have to have an appointment to even have the door opened up for you. So you cannot stop by and check out this place. You have to book an appointment for it. Now on to that note, my books have been closed pretty regularly, I think for the last 4 years or so, and I open up one day a year. But my books are going to be open permanently now. I'm just going to open them up. And if it gets to be crazy or I can't handle it, then I will promptly close them again and then kind of do another update. But my life has changed dramatically. If you know me personally, then that's about as much of that as I'm going to say. But I'm going to be working Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's a 5-hour day. The half days and the full days are gone. And it's going to be $1,200 flat. So the only way I'm going to book is from 10 to 3, Monday through Friday for $1,200 flat. There is no other option I'm going to offer. It's just that 5-hour sessions till we're done. If we're finishing the sleeve up and then it only takes an hour or so to finish the sleeve up, of course, then we'll prorate it at that point. I'm not going to charge you for work that I'm not doing. But the only way I'm booking now are those 5-hour gap sessions, one client a day. If you are already in the process of getting a tattoo by me, like a sleeve, then you're locked in at that rate, the $200 an hour rate that I am currently right now. But instead of doing 8-hour days or 4-hour days, it's the 5-hour gap as well. Fast Pass clients. One of the biggest draws of Fast Pass clients is you guys can book with me whenever the hell you want. You still can. That's not taken away. But part of the contract we had is that your price would change if my price changes. It's not. That's the trade-off I'm going to do. Your rates stay the same. You're stuck at the $200 rate forever. That never changes. So you'll be getting the 5-hour gap for that. That is basically it. I don't think I have any other questions that I want to do. Am I pregnant? Yes, I am. I thought that'd be noticeable. I've been having a baby for like 8 years or so. Am I starting a church? And he wrote atomism. Here's the thing. Yes, I am. It's called stonerism though. And it's the belief that you don't have to smoke weed to be high as fuck. All right, what else? How are you good looking? Email is bookwithastoner@gmail.com. That's bookwithastoner@gmail.com. I mean, I'm so stoked. It's a house. I don't think you guys understand. A lot of my clients that have been tattooing for years, you guys should be jazzed. This is going to be like times 1,000. And if most of you know, I'm sure I'll probably give a secret tour or two. Once again, the Rue Morgue is closing. October 31st is the official end date for me at the Rue Morgue Tattoo Gallery. I will be tattooing November 1st on at the new location. So that new location starts officially on October 31st, which is obviously rad. And I did plan it that way. And yeah, the Salt House, man. If you have any other questions, please type them down below. I hope I covered them all. I'm trying to think. I should have wrote notes out, but I have been crazy, as you can tell. Much love. Thank you, guys. See you soon.